Hey there, fellow enjoyers. Do you like bad dragons? If you're watching this, then I'm sure the answer is yes. Recently, I've been punishing some bad dragons of my own. And by dragons, I mean anything but dragons. Mostly spiders, octopi, monkeys, and this chicken, and pretty much anything but a dragon in Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm sure you've heard of Monster Hunter Wilds, as it sold 1 gorillion copies in the first picosecond of its release date. Or something like that. I don't really know because I don't read anything produced by games journalists. You see, recently, I've been stuck playing Monster Hunter Rise and wanted to datebayo myself off of a cliff. But with Wilds here, I can finally hunt a monster in the way Monster Hunter was truly meant to be played. But really, Wilds has been a lot of fun. I've been using a lot of bow, but have tried a variety of weapons. Almost everything feels good compared to past games. Greatsword misses as good as ever, and Gunlance especially feels like it's been given the TLC it truly needed. Character creation is great as well. With the removal of any limits on male or female armor, you can make the Monster Hunter waifu or husbando of your dreams, and then dress them up however you'd like. So, after you do like everyone else and make a hot girl, you can show her tummy to the world, or dress her in a big thick suit of armor. The two genders. The food looks good again, a big improvement over having a diet consisting exclusively of dango. And the maps are fun to navigate. I find none of them to be too big or too small thanks to my bird. World had an issue where some maps were annoying to navigate while others felt a bit too small. But Wilds manages to find a pretty good balance with all its maps. Pop-up camps are a neat idea and more fun than having to do some asinine side quest to collect 15 jaggy foreskins to make a tent out of it.
Pin him down, Nerevar. I'll grab his foreskin before he gets the chance to retaliate.
The only issue with them is that putting a camp anywhere but a safe location tends to be simply not worth any potential convenience. Often the safe locations are right next to rare resource nodes anyway, so why put them where they might get knocked over by some random passing chicken? The NPCs this time around are pretty great. The idea of having NPC hunters you actually know back in camp join you for your daily jelking session after you launch an SOS flare is pretty cool.
Sorry for the wait. Did you find the girl's brother? On God.
They will leave if a real person joins the quest, but if you don't have anyone join, it's nice to have them feel like they are not just story assets, but real characters that can actually hunt. Alma is also a vast improvement over the handler from World. Some people disagree, but those people have holes in their brains, so it's safe to assume that they can be carded permanently. Even the blacksmith has a quest to unlock her as a asset out in the field. All she does is set up traps, but it's an improvement over the person only exists at camp. My only true complaint about Wilds is the story. And I don't mean how it's written. It's Monster Hunter. The plot has always been a simple means of advancing the game rather than anything you should actually pay attention to. But rather, my issue comes from two specific things. The first of which is the pacing. From the moment you arrive in the not-so-forbidden lands, you're on rails. And not the kind of rails where you get a train ran on you all weekend. Oh no, these rails are far more boring, as you have to constantly follow around various NPCs while they ooh and ah at everything you see in some desperate attempt by the developer to make you say something nice about how the game looks.
Incredible. So much diversity.
This is not just early on. Throughout the entirety of low rank, you spend in some cases more time being Arthur Morgan listening to a plan about going to Tahiti than you spend actually hunting monsters. And after spending an entire day going, when do I get to hunt monsters with my friends? I actually had a friend join me where, unprompted, he repeatedly asked the same exact question.
So when do I get to hunt a monster?
Now you might think, well, that's low rank for you. Yes, to some extent, low rank is always just a long tutorial. But Wilds takes it to an extreme. In World, I was able to start playing with others very early on. While the you have to watch the cutscenes first issue was a problem, you still were able to basically do everything together from the get-go. In Wilds, it's often hard to know when you're even having a break. You finish a mission and think it's a good time to go farm and play with others for a little bit, only for it to tell you can't do that right now. Even worse than that, you hardly get time to explore or experience the zone before it rushes you off to the next one. Fight a frog in a cave, a chicken in a field, and off to the woods you go. The zones are actually quite cool and very well made. It would be nice if we had just a bit more time to experience them and explore a bit before we are whisked off to the next one. Say what you will about finding the clues to track monsters in world, it gave you a chance to learn the area and take it in before you moved on to the next one. But the thing I dislike the most about Wilds is Nata. This annoying child is the Wesley Crusher of Monster Hunter. Clearly, some writers OC, the game keeps trying to make me talk to him and keeps implying my character cares about him at all. Wrong, idiot. I desire one thing and one thing only: the flesh of these creatures who are in the dirt minding their own business. I don't care about the keepers. I super don't care about Nata's feelings about the monsters. And please, desperately please, don't tell me about the ecosystem. That monster has skin. It could be my skin, but every second you talk to me is a second I am not wearing that monster's flesh on my body while I hunt its siblings for more skin. Luckily, once Nata gets relegated to being a menu that lets you access various village vendors without going there, you can finally enjoy the game. They also learned the right lessons from Rise, where unlocking a set of high rank armor also gives you the layered armor, so you can look however you like, as fashion is the true end game. Ultimately though, even with my complaints, it's a very fun game that all my friends are playing. Like a good orgy, I find myself with more people to play with than I can keep track of, and I've been having a very good time. I can say that if you are a real Monster Hunter enjoyer and you don't feel like waiting till they finally add Master Rank like they always do, you will still have a very good time either way. So I give Monster Hunter Wilds a nice tummy out of 10. See you next time.